taking a moment to say that I am not broken, my child is not broken. Especially ADHD women tend to have kids with ADHD too.
ADHD moms experience burnout, right? Just because they're trying to fit in.
Most of the times people think if you diagnose ADHD, it's just about getting on a medication. That's not what it is. We're just trying to understand our user's manual, as I say, which can be different for different people. Ayurveda, I think it's a great option because it's more like a grandma medicine. So I rely heavily on diet, lifestyle management from Ayurveda.
Welcome to Mastery Podcast, where entrepreneurs and experts uncover the truth about health, wealth, and personal mastery. I'm Dr. Sass, and together we dive deep into strategies that elevate your business and well-being beyond mainstream advice. Get ready for powerful stories, expert insights, and transformational knowledge. Welcome back to Mastery Podcast. Today I'm joined by Dr. Pradnya Raje. Thank you for being here, Dr. Raje. And Dr. Raje is an integrative health practitioner, family physician, and Ayurveda practitioner who specializes in helping ADHD moms reclaim balance, energy, and well-being through a holistic, science-backed approach. Welcome, Dr.
Thank you.
Raje.
I'm glad to be here.
We're
Thank you for having me.
We're honored that you're here. Thank you for coming. And Dr. Raje, you are a medical practitioner and you have this holistic approach to your practice, right? And you specialize in ADHD women and especially moms.
Yes.
And what do you see how they get overlooked and how they get misdiagnosed? Why do you think that is the case? And what would be the unique struggles that they are faced with?
Okay. So I think this topic is very close to my heart because I do have ADHD myself, and that's how I started looking more into this topic. ADHD women, a lot of the times, are not easily diagnosed because the type that they usually have. So attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, can be multiple types. It can be hyperactive. That's that child that's bouncing off the walls. It's hard to kind of calm them down, to sit down and pay attention to the lecture. But that's usually not how the girls are. They are more in the inattentive pattern or a combined type. So they might be daydreaming while teacher is talking about something else, looking out the window for the birdies, or spacing out, zoning out, or getting in trouble for chatting in class. But they're usually not labeled as troublemakers, so it's easy to miss them. And other thing is, obviously, women are at least from Asian culture, I would say, we are trained to put in like that 300% effort to make your parents proud, look in front of crowd, fit in, and make everybody around you happy. So I think it's easy for us to mask it, not realize it. It gets unmasked, but it doesn't mean that. So people can see that you're kind of zoned out, but they don't see the racing brain inside, and that can translate more into health issues rather than actually overt issues in sitting down in class. So more of the ADHD women problems are like hormone imbalance, gut problems, anxiety, things like that. So women can be mislabeled a lot of the times.
Yeah, because it just looks different than the usual ADHD that we all know.
Yes. In my case, I was never diagnosed as a young kid, but my signs were that my immune system was being compromised with dealing with a lot of the stress. I used to get sick a lot. I had lots of allergies. I was an asthmatic growing on. I had my teeth health deteriorating in spite of good hygiene. So those were the signs that the body was asking for help. But I have been an honor roll or straight A student all through my life. So there wasn't necessarily problem with intellect or focusing in class, but it was just my body was struggling with trying to maintain the integrity.
Yeah, and many ADHD moms experience burnout, right? Just because they're trying to fit in and
doing too much.
And struggle with self-care, right? They take care of everybody else, but not themselves.
Yes.
What would be, you think, would be some simple but impactful strategies that they can start using today?
I would say that yes, multitasking can be a challenge for ADHDers, period. But for women, as they need to take care of family, job, as well as kids. So first of all, we need to clarify what are our expectations out of ourselves. And the open communication, I think, is very, very important, especially with your significant other. If the whole family can be involved in that communication, that's even better. But for me, what has helped the most is taking a moment to say that I am not broken, my child is not broken. Especially ADHD women tend to have kids with ADHD too, right? So that's the first step, that I'm not broken, I am just born with a differently wired brain, and it's not a problem. I just need to learn the user's manual to be able to communicate with my family, friends, to bring peace and harmony in the situation. I guess that's kind of the goal. So that's the first step. So that's self-acceptance and self-love. That's the first step. But in more practical terms, I would say getting a counseling help is a good idea. The counselors that work with ADHD. In lifestyle, I would say the three main things I would suggest is make sure you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, every night. If that's not happening easily, talk to somebody, like what is the problem with that. Second is you should get hungry for 2 good, warm, freshly cooked meals every day. If you're not hungry for it or you're not making time for it, that's not right. See what can be done about that. And stay well hydrated. Yeah. And a meditation practice is great too. That's what has helped me the most.
Awesome. So self-care, self-love, feed yourself, good nutrition, good sleep.
Yes, and say you're fine.
Yeah. When you were mentioning about how it looked different in women, I was thinking, this picture was just flashing in my eyes, in my mind. I was like, yeah, when I was younger, I was like sick all the time and I would just daydream and I'm quiet, super quiet and do well in school, but I know something is missing. So, I could be suffering from ADHD and didn't know it.
Yes.
And never been diagnosed, but, thinking back as an adult, right, I can feel, I probably have some of those, with whatever you call it, spectrum or ADHD. But this is something that a lot of women suffer and they don't know, and they don't know where to begin.
Yes.
So thank you for clarifying all those steps. And you blend, right, conventional medicine, functional medicine, and Ayurveda in your practice.
Yes.
And how do these approaches complement each other in supporting ADHD moms?
I've had a lot of fun putting this together for myself because see what I've seen, the resistance even with my colleagues or family, friends, that they don't want to label anything with ADHD, because most of the times people think if you diagnose ADHD, it's just about getting on a medication. That's not what it is. We're just trying to understand our user's manual, as I say, which can be different for different people. So conventional medicine is important from the perspective of understanding lab work, is what I mean. What I feel. A lot of the ADHDers are anemic, especially women. They might be hormonally imbalanced, like their thyroid might be off. Sugar imbalance is not uncommon. So if we bring even these things in fair balance, that helps with the mood and the ability to focus. So that's part of the conventional medicine without being on stimulant medicine. Right? Stimulant medication is definitely an option if you need that, based on what your lifestyle is, what is your current job requirements and things like that. I was diagnosed in 2018, this is 2025, so I have not been on medication for 7 years, even though I knew that I had ADHD. I probably was born with it, and I'm 47 now and didn't need medication for 47 years. But depends, if I'm trying to manage 4 jobs and a fellowship and taking care of my child and doing farming and gardening, that might be too much overwhelming. Sometimes I may need a medication help, and I wouldn't be reluctant for that or resistant to that. So that's kind of releasing kind of inhibition or resistance towards stimulants. We don't need that all the time, but if we do, it's okay. because we're going to do moderate or small dose. That's okay for you. From functional medicine perspective, they give us a broader lab spectrum. So a lot of the times the reason why ADHD is becoming more common nowadays, I think there is a lot of environmental factors also that play a role. Women's hormone imbalance, chemical exposure that's there. It's easier to find those imbalances through functional medicine labs. Or even hormone imbalances are easier picked up on some of the specific labs with functional medicine. There are certain supplements that work really well for ADHDers, like vitamin D, or even balancing your hormones, that can be done through functional medicine. And sometimes, again, depends on the ADHD personality. Some people like to see their data. So functional medicine gives you more data, which is helpful. Ayurveda, I think it's a great option because it's more like a grandma medicine. So I rely heavily on diet, lifestyle management from Ayurveda. So Ayurveda recognizes 3 different type of personalities. I'm not going to go in details of that right now, but that can help you figure out an exact diet plan that suits you, including what type of exercise, what time of the day would be best for you to exercise, how can you improve your sleep. Herbal supplements can be used. There are certain other alternative medicine practices that come along with Ayurveda, which including yoga and meditation, that also I implement. So it's a whole spectrum that works well.
I love it. I love it how you combine everything, because just one thing can't fix everything. And you all, if you're listening to this, consult your physician, right?
Yes.
You need to get diagnosed, get seen, and get labs done. If you can't find a physician, and if you live in, is it Iowa?
Yes, Fairfield, Iowa.
Yes, check out Dr. Raje. She's amazing. She's amazing.
Thank you.
And you also mentioned gut health in the beginning. How does gut health impact ADHD symptoms? And with that, can you recommend some dietary changes that they can do?
Yes, gut health is important for all health, is what Ayurveda says. And now does the modern research as well. So simple strategies, I would be like having lunch as your main meal, having a lighter dinner, finish your dinner by 7 o'clock, eat at set time, and eat fresh, well-cooked food. If possible, made by your mom, because there is love in it, right? So Ayurveda will give you more specific personality type of diet, but this is generic recommendations. And warm water throughout the day. That's great.
Did they say anything about breakfast at all? What is that?
It depends again on the prakriti. Some of the prakritis do okay with skipping the breakfast. Some prakriti is like a personality type. So some personality types are okay, actually they do okay with skipping breakfast. Some personality types do need their breakfast. So that's an individual recommendation.
Yeah, that's interesting. I need to talk to you more about that. I wonder what my personality type is.
I think you might be a Vata Pitta. So
Vata. What is that?
That's more like a combining wind and fire energy. So that's a lot of ADHDers.
Oh.
I'm not calling you that, but I'm just saying.
Are you giving me a diagnosis?
No.
I'm kidding.
Yes.
I kind of just, along the way through many different conversations with different physicians and different practitioners, and I was like, maybe I have some of those traits. And it kind of makes sense when I talk to you about this stuff. And I would love to find out more about the personality
You're
type.
welcome.
And, we got to talk more after this.
Absolutely.
And as a mother, Dr. Raje, you raise a child with ADHD, right? What advice do you have for other parents who have, that's like rampant now, like almost every other kid have ADHD. And what kind of recommendation would you have for the parent, for the moms especially, who feel overwhelmed and just to meet their child's need, the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, the school, the whole 9 yards, it's a lot.
Yes, absolutely. So again, my go-to statement for that is, I am not broken, my child is not broken. We just need to learn a different language, and we're going to take this journey together. Counselors are great help in that case. So that's usually the first step. But other than that, I think it's more having specific time scheduled every day to have a family time together, because as I was mentioning, ADHDers sometimes they can feel like a little bit out of crowd, misunderstood, dissatisfied, lonely, but not necessarily be able to communicate that very effectively. So if they can get that 5-10 minutes just with family pretty much every day, that's a huge in building a good relationship. And then it depends again on your kids' perspective, like personality type, what type of diet. Usually easy to digest foods are good for children, and they should be building energy. I've seen a lot of ADHD moms doing this like detox diets for their kids. Please don't. They need nourishment.
Yeah,
So it's again a one-on-one discussion, so we can guide more as you connect.
absolutely. It's all individual, right? Dr. Pradnya,
Yes.
I just want to pick your brain all day about this stuff. And
Massages are good too. I think that's a good way to
yeah.
connect with your child. If they would allow that, like a head and foot massage every night before your bedtime story routine or whatever it is, it can be really bonding, and that can help them relax into the sleep. Maybe listen to some soothing music together, meditate together if you are open for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think a lot more people are more open to meditation now. Is almost like a fad.
I think we need that. It's a good fad to have.
Fad.
I personally practice transcendental meditation, and my whole family does. So I think that has helped us a lot in building family structure and communication.
Awesome. Great. Well, to all the moms out there, if you resonate with today's message, please share, and also check out Dr. Pradnya website. You have some good information there, and you're also building your YouTube channel.
Yes.
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 So more to come from Dr. Pradnya Raje. And you all, thank you for sticking to the end here for the information. And again, share, like, comment, and take care of yourself. Master your life, master your health, and stay blessed.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Dr. Raje.
Thank you.